passing by your house.
That's the one that I told you about. Yeah, that took the weapons to the contractor to go back. That's the guy.
I might leave you walking with my wife. I said, why don't you walk with
It's not what I would call great, but we're on talking. Yeah.
Okay.
They told me I might have to have surgery. It's been hurting for a while.
Come on in. Come on in.
Sit down. Today we're talking about
Scones.
All right, buenos dias. Welcome to BNI Decatur, where it is
Greater.
Full disclaimer: we are video recording this meeting and then editing it and doing stuff with it.
that does. That sounds terrible.
No, we're putting it on YouTube just so where people can rewatch it. We've had some good views.
Hey, this is a one-party consent state. He just has to tell you. You don't.
That's right.
You don't have to like it.
No, you don't have to like it. At least you've been informed.
Yeah.
Please take this moment to silence your cell phones. Let's be courteous to our members and guests. We are on the gram, BNI_Decatur. Welcome to our visitors and guests for joining us today. We're grateful to have you. Your leadership team is myself, Loren Rodriguez, as the president. We've got Alistair, who is out this morning as vice president, Senor Justin Reams as secretary-treasurer. Your membership committee is Senor Stuart Jones, Tom Morkey, Aaron Schumann, and Randy Godfrey, followed with your education coordinator, Stephen Bentley, and mentor coordinator, Senor Misty Palmer. Your visitor host team, Sade Albino. Welcome back, Sade. Yes, we missed you. We're happy that you're back. Jordan Lowry and Evan has departed us, but I'm sure we'll see him again. But Senor Arvin has decided to step up in his place as visitor host, so thank you for that. Our mission here at BNI is to help BNI members increase their business through a structured, positive, and professional referral marketing program that enables us to develop long-term, meaningful relationships with quality business professionals. So our chapter has passed nearly $1 million in the past 12 months. On average, members will see an increase of 20% of their business. So our core values, we have 7 of them. They are givers gain, building relationships, lifelong learning, traditions and innovations, positive attitude, accountability, and recognition. And I am the featured speaker today from UC Commercial Properties. And my focus or core value that resonates with me is positive attitude. I mean, you always want to, it's a lot easier to be happy than sad, right? What is it? It takes more muscles to do a frown than a smile. So, and plus you never want to be someone who's like a Debbie Downer, that kind of sucks your energy out. So no, the opposite, right? You always want to be around someone who's has a good feeling, no matter what's happening in the world, right? The sun is still going to come up tomorrow. So that's my philosophy. So positive attitude, things are going to work out. It's never ending it's never ending. All right. Network leaders and notables. This is the numbers from March. So for March, we are now adding stuff up for April. We don't have any applications, I believe. Is that correct? Membership committee, no application, no pending applications. All right, at this time we're going to pass out the business reminder. Make sure that you came in and got the chapter roster. That's kind of a one sheet, has everyone's information on there. And if you want to, you can certainly scan the QR code to save on paper or if we run out. Members, you will have an opportunity to pass your stack of business cards. I'm sorry, guests. guest pass your stack of business cards. They do not go into the white binder. That is for members only. All right, now is our network education moment. Let's hear Stephen Bentley. And I'm sorry, I didn't see if you sent me something.
No, I did not. I brought my own visual. So I missed you guys. I was in Charleston last week. Why do I have a fishing rod? Before I get any smart aleck comments, this is my son's. That's why it's so short. Mine wouldn't fit in my car. All right. What does BNI have in common with fishing? I'm about to read something that's about to put y'all to sleep, but it'll bring back in. So, commercial fishermen know they have to choose the right type and size of net with the right size holes and put it in the right place to catch the species or the type of fish to make money from taking the boat out. If the net's too large, the crew in the boat can't cope, and they will destroy the fishery for themselves and others. If the holes are too small, they catch a fish they don't want. If the holes are too big, the fish they are after will escape. Often multiple boats are fishing in the same area, but they are fishing for completely different species with different nets, so there's definitely room for multiple boats in the same area. If burley is what attracts the fish you want to catch, and this is from New Zealand, so I'm like, actually, what the heck is burley? But if some type of bait is what attracts the fish you want to catch, wouldn't it be helpful if other fishermen were also adding more of that type bait to the same area? Skilled recreational fishermen know where to fish, what type of rod, hook and bait is needed to get the type of fish that they want. They don't just try and catch anything and everything, and they throw back what isn't legal or edible. And most often, they'll fish with others because it's more fun. So how does this relate to BNI? So if you choose your category specifically to match what you really are fishing for, let others fish for what they really want alongside of you in the same ocean, same group, you'll get more referrals and you'll have more fun as part of the team. Otherwise, you fish alone. So kind of bringing it in a little bit more. So specialists definitely make more money. People who specialize and become very good at what they do command a premium. Great examples like general practitioner versus a brain surgeon. So specializing definitely helps us, get better referrals that we want, and then also typically earn the type of business that we want. How to choose your specialty or niche, what you're asking for. So what you yourself do every day. Also, what you love doing. So if you do what you love, you never work a day of your life. It's a famous quote, obviously. And then what you make money at, or what's the most profitable thing for you. Typically, no one can specialize in more than one thing. We can have a couple specialties, but you can't specialize in everything. That's it's a contradiction. So if you truly specialize in what you make more money of and have more fun and allow a team, a BNI group around you that can help you find that type of fish that you're looking for, you can have much more success and be in it for the long run. So that's my education moment. Let's get better every week.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah. No worries. All right. So last week's Ivan Award winner was Senora Jordan Lowry. Some fun facts for us about where life insurance came from, which was really neat. So this week he's going to be listening in on each of our 60-second presentations, and we'll make a decision on who wins the Ivan Award. As I mentioned, members will have 60 seconds to educate us on what they're looking for this week. We want everyone to be very specific and memorable. What or who is a good referral for you? Visitors will have an opportunity to stand up and tell us who you are, what you do, and what a good referral is for you after the members go. And a little note about that, if your industry overlaps with an industry of the members, just tell us what is your favorite type of dessert. All right, so don't forget to take notes on today's presentations. It is in random order. Have 60 seconds. Once you hear the little bell, that means wrap it up. We've got Senor Richard Morse. Is right there.
I'm right here.
All right.
Good morning, everybody. Rick Morse, Morning Property Inspections. I perform both residential and commercial inspections. Great referral for me is somebody who's in the process or interested in buying a commercial property. Obviously, see Ruben first, but when you're looking at the inspection portion of it, I would love to have that opportunity. So one of the properties I look at this week, of course, a commercial property, is 28,000 square foot. It was cut between two different buildings, and I met the owners, the tenants, and the property management company there. So one of the buildings was vacant, and they're like, hey, there's nothing wrong at all with this particular building. That's why you need an inspector. When he said the HVAC is in perfect running condition, Well, it was at one point in its history. However, when I was at the property, I found that all of the residential style air compressors behind the building had all of their lines cut. Not removed, but pinched just enough to release all the freon from all of the systems. So nothing worked. So if you need an unbiased view of property you're buying, Richard Morris, World Property Inspections.
Good morning, sales team.
Morning.
So hey, JD's not here, right? So he would approve this message. Yesterday, I talked to somebody that wanted to get involved with some rental properties. Well, all they had to put down was $40,000, and unfortunately, that's just not going to cut it in today's market. So she was really just distraught. But then we started talking about her current residence, who had a 2.75% interest rate on it. So who didn't want to touch that mortgage? But she had $300,000 in equity in that property. So we were able to pull out $100,000 in equity at a decent rate, and then go buy her an investment property as well, or get her pre-qualified to go buy that investment property. So that's one thing that COVID did for us. For those of you that are homeowners, it accelerated our equity tenfold, and there's got to be some way that you can use that. So if you're looking to buy an investment property, refinance, pull cash out, send them to me, and I'll turn their mortgage into a work of art.
Wait, JD has a sub?
No, Aaron has something.
Yes, and now it is Aaron's turn.
I'm here today. I'm actually Matt Livingston. I'm with Scout Stories. I'm the photographer. And Scout Stories, we believe the best way to connect you and your business to new audiences is through the power of storytelling. And not only connecting you to those audiences, but converting them into new customers and clients. So let Scout Stories connect you through the power of storytelling. And this week we're looking for introductions to PR teams. I don't know if that was what I say in the section. Just like
No, that's it.
Okay. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you.
It's hard to live up to Aaron's.
It is. I can only try.
Hey everybody. One of the things that everybody's been asking me in our one-to-ones is if I have a minimum, so I thought I'd go over that for you all today. I don't, but I do have a set of rules. There's 3 of them. 1, no credit card debt. 2, have a savings account appropriate for your lifestyle home situation. 5 to 10 if you're renting, 20 to 30 if you are a homeowner. And if you're not there yet, I'm happy to help somebody that you're referring to me get to that point and be an accountability partner. I would just like a heads up that that's the stage that we're at. And then 3, I don't like talking to walls. So if I'm working with somebody, I want to work with them. So somebody who's actually seeking financial advice and help. But those are my 3 rules. Don't have a minimum like that did. So if there are people that you wanted to send to him but couldn't, send them my way.
Morning, team.
Morning.
In the interest of keeping it positive, I'm going to tell a story about negative feedback. So for better or for worse, I live and die by 5-star reviews. I'm obsessed about it. It generally keeps me up at night when anyone I work with does not feel like they've received a 5-star service. Our process is fairly straightforward, namely doing that initial walkthrough when we arrive on the property to make sure that we're on the same page with the client in terms of scope of work, and doing a final walkthrough before we leave to make sure that everything's absolutely perfect. Now, there are a bunch of reasons that may not happen. Mainly cleaners might forget sometimes, people are still people, and occasionally clients may not feel comfortable giving negative feedback after someone's done work for them. That said, my priority English words. My priority is to really make sure that we do deliver that service, so we will come back and do that job again. So if you are talking to anybody who feels like they're working with a cleaning service that is not being held accountable, I'm a great referral for anybody who is looking for someone who cares more about getting the job done well than just getting the job done. My name is Carl, guys are cleaners. We're out of time, so fresh.
So clean.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lindsay Sullivan. I'm the owner of Bradley Road Travel Company, which specializes in helping families and busy people plan their vacations. I had a couple recently that had a young daughter at home go to Africa, and they were in South Africa for 2 days where their daughter had a seizure. It was a heat seizure, so she was okay. But they called me, talked about cancellation things and what to do and if they were going to fly home. And so that's another reason I wanted to talk about why having a travel advisor is so important, because not everything goes perfect all the time. And, something can come up. Things change, and it's nice to have someone to call and to talk to about it. Same as the corporate retreat I'm working on. Last minute, they decided to close the rooftop, and they were going to have a big event up there. So I was able to help them find a restaurant nearby that could do it and help them plan everything else for the corporate retreat that they needed. So if you need anything like that, reach out to me, and I'd be happy to help.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm Watson. Live auto sales, neighborhood, luxury used auto builder. I wanted to get up here and give you all some great facts about vehicles and all that good stuff. I don't have any. One thing we do know about is the tariffs. Of course, with us being in the used auto business, we get to kind of skip out on that part. Actually, I do have some good stuff for you. How about this? You have a car that takes gas, keep gas in it, it goes. If you have an electric car, charge it up, it will drive. That easy, all right? If you all know anybody, though, who is looking to sell any vehicles, I am looking to try and buy some used cars, more cost-effective for some of our customers who don't necessarily have a larger budget, because we do have kind of we got a pretty nice selection of vehicles. So if you know anybody, send them my way. Carlos Watson, Olympic Auto Sales. I'm going to try this. Well, we set the gold medal standard.
There we go.
Yes.
All right, good morning, BNI. I like to fish, and I'm a big fisherman.
Nice.
And so what I'm fishing for this morning is somebody or a business that is having a memorable event, like 75 years. I saw on a church sign the other day, I'm going to go by there, they're having their 175th anniversary. I've done really well with anniversaries. Had TCW Trucking. They had a 75th anniversary. I sold them a gob of stuff. I'm talking about 2 pallets full of stuff to give away. If you see somebody that's having an event and they don't have papers anymore, or hardly anyone takes paper anymore, but if you see an event happening like I saw it on the sign, just shoot me a text, say, hey, they're having the 75th anniversary, and I'll approach them to see if I can get some business. Marty with Reach Technologies, print and promo.
Excellent. Morning, everyone. I'm Joel, the roofing expert for our group. This morning I want to talk about, I kind of want to piggyback off what Steven said about being good at one thing and not trying to be good at everything. One thing that I don't do is I don't do commercial roofs. I don't do slate, cedar. That doesn't mean I can't get it done. It just means that I'm not going to be the main person that you're going to ask questions to and go, hey, does this work on a slate roof? I'm going to be like, I don't know. I'm going to call somebody else who is an expert on slate roofs. So with Fraser Roofing, we have access to many different people who are experts in their field. My field happens to be shingle roofs. So if you need an expert on a shingle roof, call me. If you need an expert for anybody else, I'll connect you. Joel Wagner with Fraser Roofing, Faith Family.
Morning BNI, my name is Ivan Ramon. I'm with Horizon Windows and Doors. Today I want to give you a history lesson. So who invented windows? Pretty cool. So the first type of window invented was animal skin. So in opening, they will put animal skin, and that's your window. To open it, they will remove the animal skin. The first one to invent glass in windows were the Romans, but it was not clear glass, it was the color glass. So nowadays you're really lucky to have clear glass like that. And if you need a clear glass with energy efficient and all that, you just come to me. If you know of anyone that needs new windows, so their glass is cloudy or ugly or anything like that, you send it my way, and I'll help them install some beautiful clear glass windows. So I see quality windows and doors in your future.
Horizon.
All right.
That's great.
All right, guys, so I'm filling in for Ben. My name is Shabari.
that's a bucket, and we specialize in shower glass. So mirrors, shower glass, anything of that nature, that's pretty much what we specialize in. And as far as this week, we just looking for anybody that's already inside the homes, tile guys, real estate agents that sell homes, bathroom remodelers, interior designers. If you guys have any of those referrals, please send them to Ben. That's what we're looking for pretty much. That's pretty much it. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Morning, guys. Justin Breedens with My Exterior Cleaner, your go-to exterior cleaning experts. Whether you're trying to soft wash anything above the ground or pressure wash anything on the ground. This week, we're going to piggyback a little bit off of what David's been talking about for the last couple of weeks about the pollinating being our season. Tree pollen is set to finish here in the next couple of weeks, so we need to go ahead and get a bunch of people on schedule. I think it's like May 12th, somewhere in there. Is that correct? Do you know?
I mean, it never ends. It's
Okay.
so
So who we're looking for and who we need introductions to right now are a ton of different real estate agents. So if you were not able to leverage JD as your real estate agent when you bought or sold your most recent home, and you have somebody else, please facilitate an introduction to us. We'd love to help them out and beautify that space before pictures come in. Thanks.
Good morning, BNI. Good morning. My name is Shirley Higgins. I am your trusted property and casual agent with Allstate. Like you change the instant, that's what I'm here for, to make sure that you and your loved ones are protected at all times. I do specialize in home, auto, renters, and personal liability when it comes down to just, have your home or your car. And for me, it's just making sure that, if you have a first-time person, a first-time home buyer that's looking to purchase a home, needs insurance, or someone who's been in the home for a while, has team drivers that, need some assistance, or just, people buying cars, whatever, I'm here for it. So for me, what sets me apart is the relationship I can keep with my clients. I'm not a 1-800 number. I am an actual local agent that's here in Georgia. And for me, my best referrals offers top home buyers, growing families, new drivers, old drivers, and anyone who just really unsure of what they're truly covered with. So for me, just make sure that if you know anybody that's referrals is preferred, that you are good to go with sending them over my way and need insurance. Again, my name is Sade. I'm here to
Good morning, everybody. David Woods with Squeegee Squad. We are the chapter's window cleaning experts. Like I said, lies. The pollinating is just never over. It reduces. It's not going to be as yellow here around the middle of May, but it never goes away. And because of that, we can make it go away just temporarily and clean your windows. Don't have to have colored windows? We'll clean those also. We'll clean clear glass. We'll clean high glass. We'll clean low glass. Guess what? We'll clean glass. Whether it's a high rise or your own personal residence, any property that you know of that we can take care of. Our ask today is anybody within that commercial space, property managers, facilities managers, building engineers are another great referral for us. Once again, David Woods with Squeegee Squad, your
Neighborhood window cleaner.
Morning, everyone. Aaron with ATL Music Lessons, offering lessons on piano, guitar, ukulele, bass, and voice.
Xylophone.
Hey, summer is the best time for music lessons for kids. They're out of school. They have nothing to do with their time. Even if they're in camp, there may be a few hours in the afternoon where really all they're doing is sitting on their iPad playing Minecraft. So we offer parents the opportunity to squeeze an extra hour of kid-free time out of the afternoon throughout the summer, bring them to our studio. They can engage their minds. Everybody's heard of the summer slide. Music is a great way to keep their minds active throughout the summer as well. And we make it super easy for parents throughout the summer. Unlike the rest of the year, during summer we offer lesson packages, meaning you can pay for 4 or 8 lessons to be taken throughout the summer. And you can just go online, use our booking system, find a time throughout the week that works for you or your kids based on your schedules over summer or your vacations, and sign them up for a lesson on the fly. ATL Music Lessons, stop dreaming, start playing.
Good morning. Ari Bondi, attorney. Last week I spoke about my client who didn't make our meeting because she was in jail, and I got a call from the DA in Gwinnett, and I got to make some snarky comments there. So here's part 2. So fast forward a couple of weeks later. So I got a call from this woman, Mr. Bondi, she wanted to reschedule her appointment. Now, a lot of you folks have worked for big companies or applied for jobs with big companies. You get these rejection letters. We're sorry, we love your skills, but there's nothing appropriate in our organization for you now. So I've gotten those things. I never got to use that line before. So when this woman calls, I said, I'm sorry, but I don't think our firm is a good fit for your need at the moment. And she went away. So what's up? The point is, I'm thankful to have a mature practice where I don't have to take everybody and anyone who comes off the street. R.A. Bondi, attorney.
Morning. Mike Magel with Agawam Associates. I'm a real estate attorney, do real estate closings, and good referrals for me would be real estate agents, lenders, investors, buyers, and sellers of real estate. Today I was going to talk about if you make any change to your title status. So if you file a quitclaim deed and you put somebody on, you take somebody off, or you put it in a trust, any of these other things, you might get a notice like this that says recorded deed notice, and I mean it's official and looks impressive, and it's got all this BS on it, and it's a $123 service fee. So this is a total scam. If you get something like this in the mail, they're just trying to scam you out of your money. This info is free. I can show you and tell you how to get it. And also, you can sign up with, it's gsccca.org, has a free service where you can input your name and they will alert you if somebody makes a change to your title. So if somebody adds themselves or quitclaims them off, you can get that for free. Jump that way.
Nice.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Josh Johnson with Honeycomb Wood Plumbing. I want to start off with the 5-star review we got recently. It says Joshua was professional, on time, and very knowledgeable. We had to have a scope inspection of our sewer line done for a home sale. He was able to come out. The following day. You can tell he really enjoys what he does and takes care of his clients' pipes. Thank you again. So a good referral for me this week would be anyone who has a slow draining fixture or something that doesn't quite work right. Maybe they live in a house where the pipes are a little bit, older and they don't know the condition of them out in the yard. We can clear the drain line. We can, get inside the drain line and look at it with cameras and use sonar to, locate where that line is. We can do all kinds of stuff. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we just passed our second branch of our second go through of in-lab testing where they test our process. It's a 2-step dry fog, and we went up against encapsulated and unencapsulated bacteria this time. And paradoxically, it's the unencapsulated ones that are harder to kill. So when you think about teeny tiny microbes in your home, some of them have a what's called a polysaccharide outer shell. How much time do I got on this? Oh, wow, okay. Basically, it's like a sugar coating, so all these little nasty microbes in your house are like M&Ms, and you gotta suck the coating off of them, and then you just let them chop it. This is a terrible explanation. Basically, we can kill 99.99% of them, so that wipes out all of them. Out of every 10,000 microbes in your home, we only leave one left alive, and that's to spread the word that there's a new sheriff in town. Here, Georgia, you got more.
There you go. Dude, that was awesome.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
My name's Stuart Jones. I'm with True Way Renovations. You guys remember that day when it's just started off bad at work? You're not even to the car and you're already getting the phone calls. You go through, you have all kinds of adversity. Then you pull out in traffic, and then the traffic just sucks. But when you finally pull into the driveway and say, "Dad, I'm here," it's relaxing, right? I'm now with my own safe space. And so at True Way Renovations, what we want to do is we want to make you feel like that every day because you've just renovated your house that's a piece of crap. So I got maybe a new tagline is True Way Renovations. Let's make a way together. What do you think? Is that
Yeah, you can do better than that. All right. We'll walk all over you. Renovations, we'll walk all over you.
Good morning, sales team. My name is Tom Warnke. I'm at the Oak Insurance Group, and I'm the group's business insurance agent. I help businesses protect themselves from potential loss A good referral for me this week is a new business starting up or somebody who's really, really busy and doesn't have time to deal with their insurance. I go in, I've been doing a lot of insurance reviews this week, and either startups or really, really busy, they take the first available thing, they Google what they think they need online, they get it, and they file it and forget it. You know, I need insurance, okay, I'm gonna get it. Well, a lot of times they're not well protected at all, and it can be financially devastating for that business, put them out of business if they have the wrong type of claim. So that's what I do. I come in, make sure that they're well protected. A lot of times I'm a lot cheaper for double or tripling their coverage on what they need. They're just buying blindly. So that'd be a good referral for me. Tom Morkey at the Oak Insurance Group, strong as in.
Good morning.
Morning.
Under Gurney benefits, two very simple criteria we're looking for. Business owners that want to take care of their people, and they want to control the cost of medical benefits. So what we're looking for is professional service businesses, like hardwood, people that are providing a service to their clients at a level of excellence and have great people working with them. There's a couple things you can listen for. You just hear someone say, "We just got slammed by our medical renewal. So I don't understand why these co-pays are so high. Is this deductible even right for me?" If you're starting to hear those, please make an introduction to our friend Hunter Gurney Benefits.
Journey starts with Gurney.
Gurney starts with
Gurney.
Needs a little work.
I said
The journey starts with Gurney.
I've been working on it for a long time.
Good morning, everyone.
What's my thing?
With Tandem Bank. Each week I like to educate and then ask. So I've been able to tell the story for a while because we record these meetings and privacy policy. But this is not a client. A gentleman walks into the bank. He wants a loan. And I start asking him questions. How long have you been in business? 2 months. What type of business is this?
I don't know.
Roofing. Do you have any experience in roofing? No. Do you have someone that works for you that has experience in roofing? No. What made you want to think of this business? Well, I just thought it was a good idea. How long have you been in Georgia?
Good business plan.
Since January. Okay.
Are you
So
a
as
storm
much as
chaser?
I like
Approved.
to talk about,
Are you a storm chaser?
I would
as
approve
much as
that
I like to talk about, we try to help people in the community. My help to him was, here's a checklist of things that you're going to need to have in place. And once you do that, you can come back and see us. Misty Palmer, Tandem Bank.
Good morning, everybody. Arvin Clark, RPM Majestic. I'm going to continue my story that I started last week with my older gentleman. He moved from New York to South Florida. His sister passed away and left him a house. Only problem was he had lived in New York his whole life and never even seen grass. He did not know what yard work was. So he came in, started talking to me about who do I find, what do I need, where do I get it, when do I do anything. And as I worked with him and got him the right stuff for his yard, then he came back and said, "I don't like the floors she had. They suck. Give me new floors." And he ended up becoming my first property management client. So what I'm asking for, if you know anybody who is, as I call them, an accidental landlord, or they got married and it's a hers and his, now we got ours, so neither one of us wants to get rid of our house in case we got to leave. Those are the kind of people that need a property manager because they have no idea what they're doing, and let me try to help them keep that house, keep it running, and earn some money. Arvin Clark, RPM Majestic.
Hi, my name is Claire. I'm subbing for Jacob today, and I have a Google review to read. At Athens Potential is the best place for healing and wholeness. They are small enough to care and large enough to treat each person on an individual basis. If you're looking to be treated for your injury the best way, then look no further than Athens Potential. From intake throughout the total care, you will receive the best guidance and treatment. Each team member is competent and passionate about their craft. I want to be treated for one thing, but got so much more. So if you're looking to get back into the game of life and go from brokenness to wholeness, then look no further than Athletes Potential. If that sounds like something you're interested in, or if you know anybody who needs our services, they'll probably talk to me and I can answer any questions about that, pricing, insurance, and everything in between. So, Claire with
Cody Meyer State Farm, specializing in life insurance and disability income insurance. I often feel bad when I come to BNI because I spend so much of my time talking about a morbid subject. So today I wanted to touch on something slightly more cheerful than death, which is extreme illness or injury. The majority of Americans don't have enough cash on hand to survive even beyond a few weeks or a month. If something were to happen to them, that would keep them from going to work to earn their income. So we protect individuals and families like that with disability income insurance. The reality that I think a lot of people don't realize is that the cost can be less than, to use the common parlance, a cup of coffee at Starbucks these days on a daily basis. And not only that, but even if you already receive benefits from your employer, State Farm can augment those and help get you back closer to your full income in those circumstances. Because we all have to go sometime, but hey,
that's right. All right, buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
So my name is Ruben Rodriguez, and I'm the group's commercial real estate broker. And who has heard the saying, a jack of all trades, right? So you're kind of like, okay, that's kind of good, but then it kind of follows and says, but a master of none. But it's incomplete. There's actually a finishing part. I don't know if you guys knew that. It says, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So this implies that it's better to have a broad knowledge than just of one thing. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I work with owner-operators and investors, specializing in buying, selling, and tenant and landlord representation in all sorts of commercial properties, whether it's office, land, single-tenant leasing, industrial. So a perfect referral for me is if you or someone you know is looking to expand or relocate or invest in income-generating properties or maximizing the value of the properties, I can help them. This message has been brought to you by Husson's Mr. Tequila. What time is it?
Tequila time.
Hi everybody, my name is Abby Griffith. I'm the owner and founder over at Clarity Fitness, Georgia's first body positive fitness studio on the Decatur Square. And today I want to talk a little bit about our bread and butter, which is supporting people who might have a tough relationship with movement or might be in eating disorder recovery. Kind of bittersweet, but the eating disorder recovery piece of our business has really taken off recently. So we've been working with a ton of eating disorder treatment hospitals. And then I personally, as well as our team, have been helping provide virtual and in-person personal training for people in recovery that need maybe a slower reintroduction to movement, or they really need verbiage to be dialed in and not be too extreme or too polarizing about pushing through pain or ignoring their body. All of that to say, if you or anyone you know is struggling with their relationship with movement, if you know anyone who's been diagnosed with an eating disorder or might be connected to a mental health hospital, I would love an introduction. Abby Griffith, Clarity Fitness.
You are enough.
Good morning, BNI. I'm Stephen Bentley, the digital marketing chair for the group. Raise your hand if you've ever run like your own Google ads, or maybe you have someone running them for you. Yeah. I hate those people who are like, this is dead. But technically PPC, or like Google Ads, what people know them by, they're really kind of moving towards local service ads, which is like the Google Guaranteed or Google Screen. If you look up your industry, it's really a gold rush right now because there's certain industries that are not like approved, but sometimes you could get in. So it's like that way you could get in. There's certain industries that it's already saturated, but hey, that's life. But you can get in. Either way, with Thrive, we have a program that we manage all that for you. Plus, we have a variety of sources that we get the leads from. So if you're like lead agnostic, meaning like I don't care where it comes from as long as the phone rings, it's an AI program that like gets the most out of your budget. If you wanted them just from Google, just add a 0 to your budget, that's fine. But I'm Stephen Bentley with Thrive, your business.
Smart.
I'm looking for HVAC companies too, so sorry.
Alex is not, he's sick. He's sick, he's not doing good. All right, Senor.
Morning team, Like we call it, Decatur neighbors, where we're living. I look at myself as, like I tell you guys, as your community connector. I have access to 5,600 very affluent homeowners between Decatur and Melbourne. And what I'm always looking for are those businesses that are looking to educate and those homeowners in those communities with their products and services. So right now we actually have an amazing, call it a Spring Into More promotion that's going on. And so we're looking for folks that really want to share who they are, what they do with the community, but it really raises your status in that community of living, making you the face of the community.
All right. Did we miss anyone?
No, I
Oh, God.
Sorry, JD Kells.
Wait. All right. We actually missed two. So let's go with JD first.
Good morning.
And then Sade.
JD Kellum with the Kellum Group. Sorry I was a little bit late. Well, I wanted to read a review as well. Speaks everything I want to say. We had the absolute pleasure of working with JD Kellum during the sale of our home in Piedmont Heights, and we couldn't be more impressed with the level of service and expertise he and his team provided. From the moment we decided to list our house, JD was there every step of the way, offering invaluable guidance and support. One of the standout aspects of working with the Kellum Group is their deep understanding of what it takes to sell a home for top dollar, which couldn't have been possible without JD's signature ready-to-sell program. He not only helped us stage the house to highlight its best features, he also guided us through a thoughtful remodel that significantly increased our home's market value. His eye for design and attention to truly detail made all the difference. Throughout the entire process, JD was professional, responsive, and genuinely committed to our success. He handled everything with such ease, from coordinating contractors for the remodel to navigating the complexities of the real estate market. Thanks to his hard work, our house sold quickly with multiple offers and above list price. If you're looking for a real estate agent who goes well above and beyond, look no further than JD Kellum. He's a true professional who cares about his clients and knows how to deliver outstanding results. We couldn't be happier with our experience and highly recommend JD to anyone looking to buy or sell a home. I couldn't say anything more, and it's hard to even read that kind of stuff. But anyway, if you know anybody right now that's struggling to sell their house, you're going to hear about that. I'm happy to be the second agent, whether they're moving up or moving on. Kellum Group.
My apologies, Sade. I've been
It's
speaking
okay.
in the past. But now you're here on my path.
I know. Good morning,
Hey, welcome back.
It's
Good morning.
been so long. I wanted to talk a little bit about childhood. I think most of us look back on our childhood and we wish we could go back there, right? We wish we had that same energy, the same flexibility, vigor.
Yeah.
But a little known fact is that 1 in 5 children deals with chronic pain. And most massage therapists do not work on children. They want you to be of age. But I do. So if you know someone who has a child that deals with colic, chronic constipation, growing pains, any of the chronic pains, I'd like to connect with them. Also youth coaches. I'm Sade, the Touch Therapy Coach. Learn to touch and be touched.
Like never before.
Thank you.
All right. So now, did we miss any members? Anybody else? All right, so now is the time for our visitors and guests to stand up. They will have a chance to let us know who they are, what you do, what is a good referral for you. You will have 60 seconds, so we're going to start to my left. So would you like to stand up and say a little bit more? If not, we can skip on.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
I kind of gave my spiel.
All right. Okay, Senor, would you like to stand up and say something about your business?
You all have inspired me. I've been an entrepreneur off and on for years. Currently work for an amazing company, which I call home. But I started, or I revived, a business called New Skills, New You. And I created that years ago quite on accident when I was trying to earn a promotion for work. I was volunteering with Toastmasters. Any Toastmasters in the room?
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I was helping people with the confidence to give their speeches and helping with their communication. People started winning awards. They started getting promotions at work. People started having the confidence to pursue their dream job. And one day someone asked me, how much do I owe you? And I've been working with them for 3 hours. I didn't know what to charge, so I said $100. It's not $100 anymore. And that's when I became an entrepreneur. So now my goal is to help professionals, business owners like yourself, grow the skills to help them grow their business. So, new skills, new you, right? New skills, new you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I don't really have much to say. This is my first BNI event, so I'm really just taking it all in.
Okay.
It's a learning curve for me right now.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, scanning the room, scanning anyone behind the plant. To my left, coming over here. Senor, yes.
Good morning, everyone. David Gillespie with Best Option Restoration. We are a water and fire restoration company, so if you're affected by one of these,
we'll come in and restore you to your pre-loss condition. Something that sets us apart from other restoration companies is we will not come in and unnecessarily inflate the bill. We'll only do what's necessary per the IICRC standards, and that's it. Unfortunately, a lot of restoration companies come in and try to do as much demo as possible, again, because that jacks up the bill. That's just not what we do. Great referrals for me are plumbers, roofers, property managers, insurance agents, really anybody that deals with these on a frequent basis. So if you're looking for a reliable restoration company that will treat your clients with the care and respect that they deserve, send them my way. David, Best Option Restoration.
Excellent. Thank you for coming. Moving on over here, Señorita Claire, would you like to say something? Okay, all right. Very good. All right, so your featured speaker is...
Whoa.
Hey!
Buenos dias!
You guys are going to have 5 minutes to stand up, go use the restroom, get some coffee, set up some one-on-ones. And yeah, we'll get started soon. 5 minutes.
Oh no.
What group are you
All right, let's take your seats, guys. All right, welcome. Thank you for giving this opportunity. So, this is not working. All right, so my early life. I always like to take you guys through a nice little journey. So that is me and my mother and father. So my father was from Mexico and my mother was from Guatemala. So this is probably 1971, okay, 71-ish, 72-ish. But while you guys are...
Hey, guapo!
My mom dressed all of her kids and her grandkids in this mariachi style thing, and she'd always take a picture. So my fascination for tequila began at an early age. That is a tequila bottle, so yes. All right, I played the trumpet in high school. I was actually first chair, Aaron, we talked about this, but I don't play it anymore. I'm retired.
Which one are you?
I'm the guy with the hair. The
one that's off.
This one right here.
No.
Yeah.
That was what I heard in my
I'm also a Boy Scout, an Eagle Scout, actually.
That is quite
So I don't know who this guy is. He's some like Georgia Senator or whatever, and I don't know why I'm standing awkward like that. All right, I also played football. Played football and soccer in Mexican leagues in high school and college.
What position did you play in soccer?
I played midfield.
Really?
I was 160 pounds, probably like 150. So long time ago. All right, tortillas. So this is actually, my mother and father started a tortilla manufacturing company in '69. So I worked there during the summers, right? So in '90, when I graduated high school, I kind of took over the operations. My mother and I had different visions, so she actually sold the company to me. And so I kind of took it from about $300,000 a month to about $900,000 a month. But I was also almost $1.5 million in debt. So, but what we produced was corn and flour tortillas. So whenever you went to a Mexican restaurant, they served you a basket of chips. That was my product. Well, in 2018, I sold the company to Mission Foods. I don't know if you guys know who Mission Foods were. It was okay. It was either to sell or to move. We were actually going to move to Chattanooga. So, but we were going to keep the buildings. All right, so family. So I have 4 kids. In June, I'm going to be a grandfather. Super excited about that. But I've got 4 kids. They all names start with D. It wasn't by design. We actually only wanted 2. We ended up having 4. Hey, I'm a breeder, okay? All right, I got 2 cats. I did have a pitty, but I had to put her down earlier this year. My hobbies. Tequila, obviously, as well as bourbon. I do enjoy bourbon.
Now we're singing.
But the tequila is the one. It depends on how fast I want to feel good. You know, so that's what I'm going to do with the tequila. I do like to travel, do adventurous things. I love working out and fitness. So this is I'm super proud of. Oops, I don't know if it's going to play. But this is just me doing a muscle up. Just it's a gymnastic movement going from below the bar to above the bar. I also have a 64 Impala. That's my inner cholo.
Chulo!
Papi chulo. I was inspired by Boys in the Hood. You know, I had that car, so I was like, I like that. And that's my East LA. But I also race cars, so I do have a ZL11LE that I track, and this is one this was in Watkins Glen, New York. So actually, I'm on this track with Kyle Busch, so I can actually hear him coming up. So it's called HPDE. So you have to get a point by in order to pass people. So, and he's about to come up, but he's in a Australian supercar V8 that he was training for, and I think he just passed me, and then that was a carbon fiber Lamborghini. So that was pretty fun. All right, something more sexier. Commercial real estate. All right, today I'm going to focus mainly on leasing. So earlier I talked about buying and selling, landlord and tenant representation. So I do all of that, but I did want to focus today on leasing. So what tenants need to know, okay, because oftentimes business owners, when they start off, it's much more economical in order to lease a space in order to write off buy it, okay? There's no right or wrong way to do it. So basically, devil's in the details, okay? Got to read everything, and that's pretty much true in life and anything, okay? Make sure you read it, but the problem is getting past the legalese, if you will, okay? But things that you have to look out for is like the rent structure. So you've got base rent, and depending on how it's structured, whether it's a triple net, I don't know if you guys have ever heard that. So triple net just means that taxes, insurance, and CAM is on top of the base rent. Okay. Then you've got a gross, which is full service. That means the landlord, and typically in an office building setting, your power is included, your internet, or it could be. And so that's the thing about commercial leases, okay, or the commercial space. There, it just goes any way possible, okay. You can have it all in, you can have none in, but once again, the devil's in the details. Taxes and insurance. So taxes goes up, or they may have like a base rate, tax rate, and they'll say anything over year 2024, okay, and then you have to pay the difference. So these are just little details of how you have to look at it in the lease. Obviously, full service is not common because the landlord doesn't know. Well, shoot, they might like leave the lights on all the time, or they may leave the AC on all the time. So there is an advantage and disadvantage to doing it. I like to make sure that you pay whatever, you don't overpay. You pay for what you use, okay? The term, it could be 1 year, 5 year. I mean, heck, I've seen like 50 year, 100 year. I did a ground lease for a cell tower company. Those are usually very, very long. Those are like 60-year leases. Those are ground leases. It's a little bit different than using up space. Tenant improvement. You can certainly go in and talk to someone and say, hey, why don't you do the build out? That's okay. That takes the money out of you, but not really. That just gets built in or baked in, if you will, to the price of your rent. So it could be higher or low, and it could be a risk. I kind of find out a little bit, like I did have a client that we didn't factor enough into it, or surprises happened. CAM, or common area maintenance, that's like landscaping or anything else having to do with the property. And then option and renew or expand. You know, you can ask for options for like a 5-year option after you finish your lease. So the steps, if you're a business owner looking for space or looking to expand or want to lease or purchase, but today we're just talking about leasing, you can go to these two platforms, LoopNet and Craigslist. There's actually like half a dozen other ones, but these are the main ones that you can go to and put in your criteria. It's the Zillow, if you will. I know it's a bad word, but the Zillow, if you will, of commercial real estate. And then that's where you decide, do I want to be represented with someone, or do I want to take this on myself? DIYers probably do that. You may think you might be saving money. You may or you may not. It just depends on how comfortable you are. So what you would have to do is fill out a broker engagement agreement with me. So that's where I outline, hey, this is what I promise to do, and this is where I commit myself to represent you in a fiduciary manner. Okay, so we're bound. Okay, so I actually belong to a board. It's the Atlanta Commercial Board of Realtors that we just focus on commercial stuff. But this is where we kind of talk about the fees. Typically, a landlord is going to pay my fee. Okay, so if I secure a lease, the landlord's going to pay me. And I usually check in to make sure that the listing broker cooperates, okay? If they do not cooperate, then that's where you and I will have a conversation and say, hey, this is what my fee is going to be if we move forward with this. But reasons why to use a broker lease space. So obviously our knowledge on what's available. We also have access to off-market things. It saves times, like we do a lot of the legwork with you. Better terms, we're very knowledgeable about negotiating rents and stuff. We know kind of what someone else got. So we're coming up for bat for you. And the cost, I already talked about the cost. Basically the landlord's the one that pays me or the property owner. But this one is really the biggest one. It adds legitimacy to you and your business, okay? This is where a listing broker or a property owner is going to be like, oh no, they've already been vetted, if you will. Like this is a qualified tenant. And that's my job too, to make sure, I mean, I mentioned it a long time ago that I'm somewhat of a dream killer, because sometimes people will have aspirations, but they don't know the full picture of what it involves to lease a property or to even buy a property. But regardless, it adds legitimacy. And then it avoids costly mistakes, okay? Just because I've made mistakes myself on my own personal properties that I own and run and manage, so I kind of know what to look out for. So I'm trying to pack a lot into one thing. Is there any questions? I've got about like 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. Yes?
There was a acronym in there, TI.
Tenant improvement.
That's tenant improvement. Can you walk through that?
So that tenant improvement is where if you lease a space and you're like, okay, well I want these walls or I want this paint, that is what the landlord is going to take on as the cost.
Okay,
that's tenant improvement. That's tenant improvement. Yes, in the back seat.
What type or what areas are you seeing, like Metro Atlanta areas, like the best opportunities for commercial properties? I know that's a.
Yes, keep going.
Tell me where the magic spot is.
Man, you know, so there's a lot of factors, right? So there's factors on basically what sector you're looking for. Obviously office space, because people are going back to the offices is kind of coming back up, but also industrial space. There's a lot, I get a lot of calls for people needing space to store, especially from the film industry. These like independent contractors are looking for like dock high and high ceilings to come, and there's just not, a lot of it was converted. It's funny, a lot of it that was industrial is now converted into office, and now they're talking about going back. So there's no particular sector, and then it also depends on how desperate the landlord is. There's some that are desperate, there's some that aren't desperate. So it's a hard thing, but in any industry we can always find a gem. There's a
geography.
Oh, geography?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I work all of Georgia, but I mean, I've even gone to Waycross. I had a listing of a convenience store in Waycross. But pretty much my focus for industrial, Stockbridge, McDonough, office, anywhere, Tucker, Atlanta. I've gone to Smyrna, but yeah. So.
Can you go outside the state of Georgia?
I cannot. I'm only licensed in Georgia. I am a member. If you see here at the bottom, it says First Team. So it was Virtual Properties, but UC Commercial and them have merged. But I'm a part of a group that helps out residential agents who want to get into commercial. So we kind of help them to make that transition. But I have people on my team that have licenses elsewhere. Any other questions? Got time for one last one? Yes.
Do you ever get involved in issues of fixtures? This is something they always talk about in law school, where the tenant does an improvement, but it's the type of thing that stays with the property, and maybe they don't realize it until it's time to go. You can't take that. That's part of the building now.
Happens all the time, but that's why I said the devil's in the details. A standard lease, so there's GAR, there's I use the ACBR forms, but these are all forms, and these, because they've gone through this before, and it does say in here that the fixtures stay. Now you can go in there and scratch it out. It just depends on whether or not the landlord is going to agree to that or not. But yes, typically anything that is adhered to the wall or to the floor or to the ceiling stays. Like it's no longer yours.
Do you know where I could get 1,800 square feet in downtown Tucker?
Well, that's already been leased. But I do have 600 square feet in Tucker. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. please set up a one-on-one with
Hey,
me?
yeah, let's get a picture of you.
Okay,
You always do it.
Yes.
And then stand in between your sign and then the TV where
Miss the bottle of tequila, please.
Yeah, actually, that's her after hours. And then 3, 2, 1, smile like you're happy. All right, thank you. Great job.
Excellent. All right, so now is our Vice President's report. So as of April 24th, listen up guys. There has been, last week we gave 9 referrals. First-time visitors was 1, one-to-ones was 35, CUs was 19. We did have a slight load, thank you for closed business during the but that's okay. It does add up to the bucket, but so far this year in our 29 weeks, because we're on a fiscal period of October to October, we've almost 600,000. So reminder to please enter in your CUs, one-to-ones and referrals, and thank you for closed business in the app. That way we can track these metrics. Yes. All right, to stay in good standing, perform your CUs, have one-on-ones, attend the meetings. If you can't attend, have a sub like you guys have seen here, give a referral, bring it or invite a visitor. And we now have our speaker rotation. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ruben. Next week we have Inspector Rick presenting. He had to depart early this morning, but wanted to make sure that I told you guys anyone connected to real estate are the individuals that we should be making an attempt to bring in for next week for Inspector Rick. Following that, we have Ivan, and Ivan has requested all property managers and HOAs. Is there anybody else that you would like to add to that list?
No. People that use animal skins for windows.
The folks with the pelts before they become windows, right?
Right.
The following week we have Mr. Warnke. Tom is going to be our presenter, and he has requested business consultants, and I think there were some other people that I forgot. Okay, sorry. Madison will follow that, and Madison has requested that we bring attorneys, everyone attached to accounting, anyone with new jobs, business owners, future and recent retirees, and women in life transition. Madison, are there any other folks that you would like?
I think my long list covers it.
Beautiful, beautiful. The following week we have one-to-ones, and then at the beginning of June, if you don't want to hear my ugly voice speak, we have an opening. So if you finished your MSP or plan to finish your MSP before June 5th and you would love to present during the month of June, I would love to hear from you. And then you should have received an email last week with our Q3 dues. They are due by May 15th. If you have any questions about paying them or any problems with going and clicking through the link, please reach out to me.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So now is our I Have section for referrals and testimonials. So this is where we talk about our contribution to the team for the week. Visitors, when we get to you, stand up and let us know what you enjoyed about the meeting today. So I'm going to start off. So I've got 2 great referrals. One of them was from Senor JD. He sent me a referral for an office space for sale for Lisa Tucker. So thank you for that, as well as Art's new landlord, I guess, for office space in Tucker. So thank you for that. What did you like about that?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks again for letting me come here, and I really enjoyed hearing everybody's pitch, and also I don't get the opportunity to speak in front of a group of strangers every day. It's not something I'm very good at, but I really appreciate the opportunity to practice that. So I'll be back. Thank you.
Yeah, so I just pretty much enjoyed being able to be around you guys, and all the insights we did from a lot of different industries. Just the connection, the possible connection that's here, man. I mean, it's feel like it would be a good fit. Definitely just enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thanks again, everyone, here at BNI, just for being welcoming, being authentic, being warm, and being funny, and just, Jordan, just so positive. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a referral from Marty and a one-to-one with him today. And thank you to everyone that donated to my son's auction.
I sent Joel a referral. I was referral for Jordan, and then people want to
departed Evan last week, and Carlos, I may have a car sale week for you, but I have to check with that person.
And one with Amelia and Tom, they were excellent, and I got a referral just to go with Patty.
Kind of a thank you to Ari. I've been trying to get active in sending some clients his way who are thinking in particular about estate planning, and I've sent him a few, I think probably duds or difficult ones, and he's remained very enthusiastic and positive about the process. Thank you, sir. And I have some more ones coming out with Carlos, Arvin, looking forward to all that stuff.
Had a continuing business referral. Thank you for closed business to Art, and then a referral from Mike Jackson that turned out to be thank you for closed business. That was nice.
Got some one-on-ones coming up, like George said. Looking forward to putting a couple others together. I actually have a referral for Aaron as well.
Actually, I have a referral for Amelia. I have a referral for Mr. Stewart. Had a great one-on-one with Ben and his team, Gatsby Glass, and I need to get together with you.
So I sent a referral to Jacob and Missy, and I'm looking to load up on my one-to-one, so please, I'm back now. Let me know if you're free.
I had a great one-to-one with Arvin and Art, and thank you for the referral. Sorry.
Testimonial or just a shout out to Ruben, great job, always a great presentation. And yours is one of those industries where coming into BNI, I was like, I don't really know anybody that's going to do commercial property. No, actually, if you just keep your ears and eyes open, you realize, oh wait, I do actually. So and that happens all the time with all industries, especially I'm saying that to a lot of visitors. And then I have a referral for ATL music lessons, and then also for Missy.
Good job, Ruben. Testimonial for Ruben. I've worked on closings with you, and you're always on it with your client. You got everything in order, and you make your job super easy from the legal side of things, which is hard to do. So appreciate it. And I have a referral for Mr.
Good job, Ruben. I know from a legal point of view, commercial real estate can be a lot of fun, but it has its own challenges too.
It's fun. Is that when it is fun?
Had a good one-on-one with Arvin yesterday. Got one coming up with Friday today, and I got you.
Great job, Ruben. Always great to hear about that. Had a great one-on-one with Mike. Jordan sent me a couple referrals, closed on one of them yesterday. Thank you so much. That was perfect. And then Arvin sent me a great referral too. Hopefully we're going to be able to help out his connection.
I had a good one-to-one with Ari, and when I set up a one-to-one, I asked him to take me someplace I'd never been before, and we went there the other day, Old Arby's, and had a good time. Had one with Aaron, he did the same thing, went to Opo. I was supposed to have one with Missy. Thank goodness we both forgot it. We were supposed to go eat at Local 7's up in Tucker, and we both forgot it, so that worked out good. Got Lindsay coming up today, looking forward to that. Thank you for closed business from Sade, and got a referral from Aaron.
I had a bunch of great one-on-ones. Art, Ruben, Tom, you last week, Mr. Bagwell, David. So I've been loading up my one-on-ones. I also have a referral for Stephen.
Great presentation. Yeah, thanks for having me. It's the second time visiting. It's a great group of people, so I really appreciate the structure and love the atmosphere. So thank you.
I had a Shar already mentioned it, but I had a referral coming from Shar. Abby loaded her referral in, which is great. My favorite dessert is tiramisu, and I have a referral for Sunday.
Awesome presentation, Ruben. Great testimony.
1 year old Ruben, he's been helping me out with Clarity 2.0 in the far future, but we'll figure it out. It's been awesome, so can't say enough good things about him.
Thank you.
I have sent a referral to Amelia, and then I met with RA this morning.
Jake didn't give me anything to do for this, so I'll just say I enjoy everybody's taglines. I don't know if he ever says one, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, your body.
He does. Does he?
Yeah,
Okay, all right, fine, never mind.
What's your favorite dessert?
Oh, I'm kind of, I like bread pudding.
Bread pudding, good.
So I'm trying to knock this out really quick. Ruben did a slam-up job on getting my space rented. It was at least a year, maybe a little bit over a year. We had all these headaches from the build out to they didn't pay for 2 months. So but it was within minutes of me emailing or having any question, he's right back with it and fighting the fight for me. So I don't think it could have been as successful without him. Had one-to-ones. We already talked about that. But I want to do an emergency Randy one-to-one lunch tomorrow.
Oh.
So at Ford's and Tucker at 12 o'clock. I'll put it in Slack, and we'll knock out all the one-to-ones. That's all.
Had a one-on-one with Stuart, had some coffee, it was great, and I scheduled a one-on-one with Matt.
So I can't remember if we talked about it last week, but Ivan and I had a great one-to-one. I think I've got some that are impending. I want to say thank you to Closed Business from Stuart, from a friend of his, Art, a real estate agent that he also knows. A ton of thank you for Closed Business from JD and Jackson, and I think that's it.
Did a one-to-one with Ivan and also the guy that used to sits here. What's his name? Alex. Yeah. So Alex and I had a great time. And thank you for Justin for helping my friend who ended up going with a really super mediocre realtor, but still got their job done. So that was pretty cool that he did that. Thanks.
I want to thank, she's not here, but Danielle sent me her parents, and it was a real sticky situation, and it was amazing that we got through that. It was a big thank you for Closed Business. So I just tried to book it, and it goes to the chapter, so it does get booked. But and thank you, Ruben. There's not another commercial agent heretofore that I would have put in front of a client, because they always seem like, I said they had commission breath. I could smell it coming, But he's awesome. He won and done. He met the guy, done. He's getting the listing. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Look forward to doing more stuff.
Absolutely. All right. Right now is our time for a behaviorality check. Don't have Alex here to tell us about anything. So we will just skip that. All right. The Ivan Award. Senor, who was it? Jordan, who do you think deserves the best Ivan Award?
So when everybody else does this, they're like really thorough and share some honorable mentions, so I wanted to do that too. So I wanted to mention Lindsay, a good reminder about the fact that what you do is not just helping people book their trip, but supporting them when there's issues when they're away. Marty, I just like listening to you talk. You're going to get one of these. Today's not the day, but it's coming. Mike, good reminder that bacteria is like a Cadbury egg with a crunchy, sweet outer shell and a sweet, creamy interior. But I'm going to give the award to Ivan for blatantly stealing what I did last week, this week, with a run history lesson. Because obviously that's the best thing.
The true measure of success.
Excellent. So now is our door prize raffle. I'm spinning it. Must be present to win. And whoever wins it, I forgot it, so I will have to get it to you.
You have a bottle of tequila over there.
That's true. Carlos, I owe you, and I'll take care of you next week. If not, I'll stop by.
I do accept tequila.
Not this one. All right, any special announcements? And if you do have a special announcement, please be brief.
One-to-one's at Ford's tomorrow at 12.
Where is?
Ford's and Tucker.
Yeah, not the one at, Any other special announcements? All right. So as I mention every week, BNI has tons of support for the members. Go to bniatl.com, and if you go to the calendar, there's a bunch of support for like webinars. There's like speed one-on-ones. There's also success series. But not only that, but there's also a resource tab that has stuff, more learning stuff for everyone. Next steps for our visitors. We encourage you guys to place an application online. The membership committee will review it, interview, and if approved, you will submit your membership payment, and then you will be conducted to the chapter. So at this time, I would like for our visitors to step over to my left to talk to. Actually, you don't. You guys don't. No, we don't have any visitors. All of y'all are
Guests.
Yeah, guests. Thanks. All right, the closing quote is by Queen Bee. Power is not given to you. You have to take it. About Beyonce. All right, thank you so much, guys. Everyone have an awesome week.
I'll take what
I'll get back to you.